Hello everyone, welcome to another video of mine. It's Kemal AA, and this is another Chelsea transfer news daily for you guys. We will keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea news in the past 24 hours and big news stories and developments regarding Paulo Dybala, Erling Haaland, Thiago Silva, Frank Lampard, all the latest news. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below your thoughts opinions in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get straight into today's Chelsea transfer news daily video for you guys. Now, starting off with the first story of this transfer news daily video is, of course, Paulo Dybala. Now, some of you may be thinking, Paulo Dybala, like, where has this come from? It really is out of the blue, and it kind of did surprise me. I was browsing for news this morning, researching. And it was actually on the Here We Go podcast. Now, Here We Go podcast conducted by none other than Fabrizo Romano. We know his credibility, his reliability. He's a tier 1 source. As I said, anything that he reports or says, you take it legitimately because he's a top source. He's reliable. Now, regarding the Dybala situation, he was speaking on Dybala because he got a comment from a few Chelsea fans. He got a comment from just fans football fans in general regarding the Dybala situation, because at this moment in time, Paulo Dybala's contract does expire this upcoming summer, so the summer of 2021, in about 6 months essentially. And he had a contract offer on the table put forward by Juventus only a month ago in December, and he actually did in fact decline it. So it looks like he could in fact look for a move away. His contract is expiring soon, so he can sign a pre-contract agreement with any club that he wishes. And essentially he was asked about Chelsea, Fabrizo, that could Dybala potentially with the Chelsea. Now, for me, this made no logical sense, but I'll give you my reasoning in a second. Now, what essentially Romano said in his quotes on the podcast is that Chelsea have not made any contact with Juventus for Paulo Dybala. In his quotes, he said, "Someone is asking me about Dybala because he is not extending at the moment his contract with Juventus, so there is nothing decided. But if he doesn't extend his contract with Juventus before the summer," he said he believes Dybala will in fact leave Juventus. He said, "I want to say that Chelsea have not made any contact with Dybala or his agent. In fact," he said, "they want to defend players like Kai Havertz, Hakim Ziyech, and they're very happy with him." So in other words, they're saying that Chelsea have an abundance of attacking talent and players, and there's no need. It's very, very unnecessary. Now, for my thoughts, opinions, listen, Dybala is a world-class player. You know, he's one of my favourite players to watch, aesthetically, technically, on technical talent and ability. He's a top baller. He's a serious player, but we don't need him. You know, especially after the summer we had, the amount of attacking talent we have. You know, we've got Kai Havertz, Hakim Ziyech, Mason Mount, Timo Werner, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Christian Pulisic. Where are you going to fit, you know, I'm about to say Kylian Dybala there, Paulo Dybala, where would he fit across our front three? I understand that he's versatile. He can play false 9, he can play across the front three. But if you sign Dybala, then you're going to upset one of your stars. You know, you already have the situation trying to balance that dynamic between Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic, because they both play their best game on the left-hand side. But you can't play both of them at the same time. There's only one left wing position. So therefore, you have to compromise and play one of them on the right-hand side, which is probably going to be Callum Hudson-Odoi. You then got Kai Havertz, you've got Mason Mount, you've got Timo Werner as well, who also can play on the left-hand side. So it's a case of where you're going to fit Dybala in. It doesn't make sense, and also there's other areas of that team that we can, you know, improve on. You know, likes of goalkeeper, centre back. So it's really a case of, you know, we need to lead the attack alone. We have enough top players. You know, we don't need Dybala. Again, yes, he's in his prime. Yes, he's a top player, and he won't be too expensive because of his current contract situation. But he's unnecessary, and of course, as Romano has stated, it's not going to happen. Dybala to Chelsea is off. It's not happening. But I thought I would, you know, let you guys know, because that is the news and the rumours surrounding the situation with Dybala and Chelsea at this current moment in time. Now, moving on to some more exciting news, and that is regarding Erling Haaland, a player that I've mentioned a few times in my previous, you know, transfer daily videos. And it was reported by the Standard Sport that Chelsea have been handed a massive boost regarding the Erling Haaland situation. Now, as you delve into the article, there isn't too much detail or context regarding the situation. They're saying that, you know, Raiola, who is currently Haaland's agent, as we know, again, the agent that doesn't really deal with Chelsea because of his, you know, extortionate agent fees. You know, a reason why Lukaku deal fell through. He's also the agent of the rumour, but again, he's got top clients. Now, what they're saying is that Raiola wants a massive payday. Now, I explained the situation of the Haaland stuff in a lot more detail in previous videos, and just kind of going over that quickly to anyone new that's watching. For me, I think Haaland is unlikely to sign this summer. Forget this January. He's not leaving Dortmund this January. But for me, it's highly unlikely for the summer. And what I was told, and the reason for this is because he basically has a release clause of around 60 to 65 million pounds. However, that cannot be activated in the summer of 2021. That is only that can only be activated in the summer of 2022. So again, if you want to sign this summer, you have to negotiate directly with Borussia Dortmund, and we know notoriously how difficult it is to negotiate with Borussia Dortmund and their their CEO, their executive, etc., chief executive. Extremely difficult. So again, unless he leaves, again, he's a top player. He's 20 years old. He's world class. He's clinical. He's got elite finishing. He's an absolute monster physically. He's the perfect player for the Premier League. Again, he's going to have a number of clubs circling for his signature: United, City, PSG, Real Madrid. So Chelsea are not going to be the only club in for him. If he doesn't leave Dortmund this summer, then I see obviously his clause will be activated in the summer of 2022. And I think that even though Haaland is happy at Dortmund right now, I do see him potentially leaving, in 18 months' time, essentially. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Again, what they're saying with the Chelsea being handed a massive boost is that Raiola wants a massive payday. He wants to move his client on. That's what Raiola does. He's doing that with Pogba right now. He wants his clients to move from club to club because he then gets an increase in bonuses and agent fees, and it benefits him, essentially. He's a super agent. So again, he wants Haaland to move clubs. So he's going to try and force the narrative, force Haaland to move clubs. Hence why Chelsea, their name of being put in the ring, and it increases our chances, of course, because if he's looking for a new club and Chelsea need a new striker, and of course an interview that he wants to play for Frank Lampard and all that. So again, we play in the Premier League. His attributes and qualities suit the Premier League perfectly. We are in need of a top quality striker, especially if Werner's form continues to dip. Giroud is leaving. So I definitely see Haaland being a potential, he's definitely a priority. Fabrizo Romano has already confirmed that, Haaland is a priority for Chelsea. But I just don't see it being, realistic or something that could happen this summer. But definitely keep your eyes out on this. Watch the space on the Haaland movement. All the latest news, of course, will be reported on this channel. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. But what do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. Do you see Haaland being realistic? Do you even want Haaland? Do you think that Werner's enough? Do you think that we don't need Haaland? Do you not like Haaland? What's your reasoning? Also with Dybala, would you have taken Dybala to Chelsea, or are you happy that Chelsea are not going in for Paulo Dybala? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Now moving on to some more transfer news that is on Thiago Silva. Now this is kind of shocking news to me. Now there was some centre-back update yesterday, and essentially what they were saying in the centre-back news is that Thiago Silva at the moment in time has had negotiation contract breakdown talks. Like, he's currently not going to be signing a new deal. That was surprising. Now what the article was saying is that Kurt Zouma is the only centre-back that has his future secure with Chelsea. Of course, Christensen only has a year and a half left. Kurt Zouma has 2.5 years left. Tomori, again, he's looking to go on loan essentially in this window to probably AC Milan, and as I reported in a few days ago. Rudiger, he's been frozen out of the squad. And Thiago Silva, even though a few months ago there was rumours that Thiago Silva was looking to extend it because he's got the option to extend his contract. There's a clause in his contract. Again, he only signed on a 1-year contract because he was a free agent. And of course, that could be extended if his performances are, top quality and we do well in the table. Again, that was the rumours a couple of months ago. Those have died down. There's been no contract negotiation talk since. And his contract does expire in about 4 or 5 months. So this is quite odd that we're not looking to renew his contract. Is it because the Chelsea hierarchy are waiting for a few months before they activate it, or is it because Thiago Silva doesn't want to extend? We don't know the exact detail of the situation. I guess in a few months' time, in a few weeks' time, it will all unravel, and we'll learn more in depth about the situation. Again, at this moment in time, Thiago Silva is not extending, so this could change in a month or two. He may end up extending in a month or in 2-3 weeks. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see on that situation. Now, moving on to the final piece of news, and that is on Avraham Grant. Now, it has been reported a few days ago that's from Sky Sports themselves that Avraham Grant might be returning to Chelsea to join the backroom staff of Frank Lampard to essentially provide some more experience. Now, this led to a lot more rumours that maybe he could be the backup plan, a contingency plan just in case Frank Lampard does get sacked indeed. That's what we all thought, that maybe Avraham Grant could potentially be interim after Frank Lampard gets sacked for the remainder of the season while we're looking for a new manager, which is definitely a real possibility, which is what happened back in the 2007-2008 season. However, that has been debunked, that has been made fake and false by Matt Law, a reliable Chelsea journalist. He made an article on yesterday stating that Avraham Grant will not be returning to Chelsea in any sort of capacity. He will not be coming to Chelsea. Roman has not made any contact with him. He's not coming to Chelsea. For me, that's good news. It means that they're giving their full trust in Frank Lampard to turn things around, giving him one final opportunity. But if things do indeed go don't go to plan, he will be sacked and an interim will be looked at, or a potential brand new manager. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yes, Avraham Grant is not returning to Chelsea, and that is the latest Chelsea news that I'll be reporting. If you did enjoy this video, to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.